My name is Jeff Simmons. I'm one of the owners of Watermelon Music in downtown Davis, and I'd like to tell you just a couple little stories real quick about Dave Miller. I've known Dave for a long time, mostly as owner of a music store. He was a longtime client and customer of ours. And many years ago, I guess about 19 years ago, my wife and I had never owned a home. We saw a really nice house in a nice neighborhood that was available for sale by owner. And I called Dave to ask if this was something I could even possibly consider. He took some numbers from me. He called me back. He said, no problem. You'd have no problem getting in there. So we made an offer on the house, and we're told that they had sold it to the person who saw the house after we had. So we were sad we didn't get the house, but we knew at least that we could afford one if that was what we wanted to do. Dave called me back a few days later to ask how things had gone with the house, and I explained what had happened. And he asked, well, what did we like about that house? What was it that made us interested in it? And we gave him a few details about the location and the age of the home and things like that. And he said, well, there's another house that's close to there that's not really on the market, but let me make a few phone calls and see what I can do. He called us back sometime later and asked if we would go look at this another little house on K Street, the same street that we had been looking at. The house was perfect. The price was negotiated to be the same as what we had said that we could afford. And not too long after that, we moved into that house. We were happy with the whole process. Everything went great until sometime later, within a year after living in the house, we were notified by the city of Davis that a shed behind our house, which I had been using, had been built sometime many years before in violation of city code. And they basically said, starting right now, they were going to fine us $100 a day until we moved that at least 8 inches away from the position that it was. I thought it was completely ridiculous, over the top, just bizarre. But I called Dave and I said, what are we supposed to do? He said, let me make a few phone calls, I'll get back to you. So shortly thereafter, he said, forget about the $100 fine. Nothing like that's going to happen. He said, let me come take a look at it and see what we can do. So within a matter of days, Dave, my realtor, had welded fork extensions, driven a forklift over to my house, helped me dismantle a fence, pick up the shed, move it over until it was compliant with the City of Davis rules, set it back down, made sure everything was okay, arranged for an inspection, and we were clear. It didn't cost me anything. It was one of the most over-the-top examples of help and customer service that I've ever encountered. I can recommend Dave absolutely to anybody interested in buying or selling a house in this market. Thank you.